On Monday, the Department of Justice announced that Swiss bank Credit Suisse pled guilty to the criminal charge of helping American citizens cheat on their taxes and agreed to pay a $2.6 billion fine. The bank admitted to using bogus entities to disguise undeclared U.S. accounts from American tax authorities, and it admitted to helping its clients arrange large cash transactions to skirt U.S. reporting requirements. The guilty plea means that the bank will be punished for its transgressions, and it serves as a warning to others who would engage in or enable tax evasion. But astoundingly, Credit Suisse will not be required to disclose additional names of U.S. citizens who hired the bank to help them cheat on their taxes and evade prosecution by U.S. authorities. As the Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations reported earlier this year, the Justice Department has only been able to obtain the names of 238 Credit Suisse customers out of 22,000 U.S.-owned accounts at the bank. Madam President, the reason for this is simple. Swiss bank secrecy laws forbid Credit Suisse and other Swiss banks from sharing information about their clients to U.S. tax authorities, even if those clients are actively violating U.S. tax laws. Luckily, we have a simple solution, one which we could enact right now with agreement from this body. On April 1st, the Foreign Relations Committee, with strong bipartisan support, reported favorably out a new protocol amending our tax treaty with Switzerland. For decades, tax treaties have played a key role in facilitating greater and more transparent trade and investment. They've helped protect American companies from double taxation and made it easier for them to explore new markets and business opportunities. They do this all while simultaneously protecting U.S. taxpayer privacy and information confidentiality. And they enhance our efforts to prevent tax avoidance or evasion. The new protocol with Switzerland would no longer permit Swiss banks like Credit Suisse to withhold information on U.S. individuals who have for years hidden behind Swiss bank secrecy laws to avoid paying U.S. taxes. The protocol brings our tax treaty with Switzerland into conformity with both internationally accepted standards on the information exchange as well as the most recent U.S. model tax treaty. It includes an arbitration provision to ensure that when disputes arise between U.S. and Swiss tax authorities over issues like the exchange of information, these disputes will be resolved expeditiously rather than dragging on and frustrating cross-border tax enforcement. The Swiss government has already ratified the protocol. We should do the same. Credit Suisse pled guilty to abetting tax evasion, a criminal charge. But they were not forced to disclose the names of the actual tax evaders because doing so would violate Swiss bank secrecy laws. Ratifying the treaty with Switzerland is therefore necessary. It will enable U.S. authorities to obtain information about these and other tax evaders who are still taking advantage of bank secrecy laws to avoid paying their fair share. So, Madam President, I ask unanimous consent that at the time to be determined by the majority leader, in consultation with the Republican leader, the Senate proceed to executive session to consider calendar number 9, Treaty Document 112-1, that the treaty be considered as having advanced through the various parliamentary stages up to and including the presentation of the resolutions of ratification, that any committee declarations be agreed to as applicable, and any statements be printed in the record as if read, and that the resolution of ratification, if agreed to, is agreed to, the motion to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table, and that the President be immediately notified of the Senate's action, and then the Senate then resume legislative session.